Everyone remembers Britney's umbrella attack. February 2007. Shaved head. Meltdown. Crazy. But 5 days later, at a.m., with pills in her hand and a goodbye note on her nightstand, nobody was watching. Except Michael Jackson. One phone call. 4 hours. He talked her out of it. This is what he said. February 21st, 2007. The video went viral before viral was even a thing. Britney Spears, 25 years old, attacking a paparazzi's car with a green umbrella. Everyone saw it. Everyone judged. Pop princess has meltdown. She's crazy. She's done. The video played on loop. Every news channel, every entertainment show, every website. Britney in a brown wig, pink tank top, denim skirt, attacking a black SUV with a green umbrella. The paparazzo's terrified face. The sound of metal hitting car. The image that would define her for years. But what nobody saw was what happened 5 days later. February 26th, 3 a.m. Britney sitting on her bedroom floor. Pills in hand. 30 Xanax. 20 Ambien. 15 Vicodin. All prescribed. All legal. All deadly. On her nightstand, a note. 2 words at the top. My babies. The rest explained why mommy wasn't going to be there tomorrow. Why Sean and Jaden, ages 1 and 2, would grow up without her. Why she couldn't fight anymore. She'd written it in purple pen, her hand shaking so badly the letters barely legible. 3 drafts before this final one. This goodbye. The umbrella wasn't random. It was the breaking point. Britney had been famous since 17. Baby one more time. Biggest star on the planet at 19. Stadium tours. Magazine covers. Billions of dollars generated. By 25, she'd lived 3 lifetimes. Married twice. Divorced twice. 2 babies in 2 years. Custody battle turning vicious. Paparazzi everywhere. 30 cameras following her car. Helicopters overhead when she went to the park. Every moment filmed. Every mistake broadcast. Every breakdown entertainment. 5 days before the pills, she'd shaved her head. Walked into Esther's haircutting studio in Tarzana, California. February 16th. The stylist, Esther Tognazzi, refused. I can't do this. You'll regret it. So Britney grabbed the clippers herself. Shaved her own head while paparazzi filmed through the salon windows. 47 photographers outside. All filming. All selling footage for thousands of dollars per second. The world asked why. Entertainment psychiatrists diagnosed her on TV without ever meeting her. Comedians made jokes. Jay Leno, David Letterman, Saturday Night Live. Everyone had material. Britney's head. Britney's breakdown. Britney's mental state. Called her crazy. Made memes. Laughed. Nobody asked the real question. What drives a young mother to shave her head while the world watches? Control. When everything in your life is managed by others, scheduled by managers, photographed by strangers, sold to tabloids, your hair becomes the one thing you can change. Your body becomes the one territory you can reclaim. Britney wasn't crazy. She was desperate to feel human. To make one choice that was hers. Just hers. Not her management's. Not her labels. Not her father's. Not Kevin's lawyers. Hers. But nobody understood. So 5 days later, alone in her house on Summit Drive in Beverly Hills, Britney decided to stop trying to make them understand. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to survive. Just stop. She opened the Xanax bottle, poured pills into her palm. White, small, easy to swallow. These first. They'd make her calm, make her sleepy, make the fear disappear. Then Ambien, then Vicodin, then whatever else it took. Then silence. Finally, blessed silence. She looked at the pills, thought about Sean and Jaden. Sean Preston, born September 14, 2005. Jaden James, born September 12, 2006. 1 year apart. Irish twins. Her babies. Would they remember her? Would they know she loved them more than life? Would Kevin tell them mommy was crazy? Would they see the umbrella video someday and be ashamed? She thought about the custody evaluator's report. Miss Spears exhibits signs of emotional instability. About the judge's decision. Supervised visits only. 2 hours twice a week. A social worker watching. Taking notes. writing reports about her parenting, her own babies, and she couldn't be alone with them. She raised her hand toward her mouth. Ready, done. Her phone rang. 3 a.m. exactly. Unknown number. Britney stared at it. Let it ring once, twice. Who calls at 3 in the morning? Paparazzi bribing someone for a quote? Tabloid offering money for an exclusive? Kevin's lawyer with more bad news? Fourth ring, fifth ring. Something made her answer. Instinct. Fate. The universe deciding someone needed to be on that line. Hello? Barely a whisper. Voice raw from crying. Britney. It's Michael. Michael Jackson. Don't hang up. The pills froze in her hand. Michael Jackson? The Michael Jackson? King of Pop? How did he have her number? Why was he calling? I saw the umbrella video, Michael said, his voice soft, gentle. That trademark whisper speak he was famous for. I know what you're doing right now. I know because I've been exactly where you are. You don't know anything about me, Britney said. But her voice cracked, because something in his tone said he did know, really knew. You're sitting on your bedroom floor, Michael said, not asking, stating, you have pills. You've written a note to your sons. You think they'll be better off without you. You think the pain will stop if you just swallow enough. You think nobody will miss you. You think the world will move on. Am I close? Britney started crying. How did he know? How could he possibly know? Munich, 1997, Michael said. I collapsed on stage in front of 50,000 people. History World Tour. Middle of a song. Just collapsed. They said exhaustion. They said dehydration. But the truth? Pills. I'd taken so many pills trying to manage pain and stress that my heart almost stopped. And 2 weeks before that, I sat in my hotel room at 3 in the morning with a bottle of propofol and thought about just going to sleep and never waking up. So yes, Britney, I know exactly where you are right now. Her hand opened. The pills fell, scattered across the carpet, white against beige. Little pieces of death spread across expensive flooring. Britney stared at them like they were foreign objects. I didn't do it, Michael continued, his voice steady. Because my security chief, Bill Bray, he had a feeling. Kicked down my hotel door, literally broke it down, found me with the propofol, talked me down, saved my life. Just like I'm saving yours right now. Britney, stand up. Step on those pills. Crush them. Britney stood, stepped on the pills, ground them into carpet with her bare heel. White powder. Destroyed. Good, Michael said. Now kick the bottles across the room. Far away from you. She kicked them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They scattered, rolled under furniture, away from her, out of reach. Now sit back down and talk to me, because I've got time, all night, and you've got a story, and I want to hear it. I can't do this anymore, Britney whispered. I can't be who they want. I can't be perfect. I can't smile when they're destroying me. I shaved my head because it was the only thing I could control. My hair, that's all I had left. And they called me crazy for it. Made jokes. Made me into a meme. Nobody asked why. Nobody cared why, no, Will said. And the weight in those words told her he really knew. 1984, Pepsi commercial. My hair caught on fire. You've seen the footage. Everyone has. But what you don't know is what happened after. Third-degree burns on my scalp. They wanted me to film the next day. Smile through the pain. Be Michael Jackson. The show must go on. Always performing. Never human. Never allowed to hurt. Michael paused. Britney could hear him breathing. Could hear emotion. So you know what I did? Michael continued. I shaved my head. Completely. Nobody knows that. I've worn wigs ever since. For 23 years. Every performance. Every photo. Every public appearance. Wigs. Because after the fire, after the burn, I needed to feel like my body was mine, not Pepsi's. Not my management's. Not the world's. Mine. So when I saw you shave your head, Britney, I didn't think you were crazy. I thought you were reclaiming yourself. Taking back control. And I understood completely. Britney had never heard this. Nobody had heard this. Michael Jackson wore wigs for 23 years? The world didn't know? They own us, Britney, Michael said, his voice urgent now, stronger. The minute you become famous, especially young, They think they own you, your body, your hair, your choices, your time, your life, everything. And when you try to take it back, when you try to be human, they call you crazy. They call you difficult. They call you a diva. They make memes. They mock. But you're not crazy. You're breaking. And breaking is what happens when humans are treated like products for too long. Then what do I do? Britney asked. Desperate. How do I survive this? Because I don't think I can. I don't think I'm strong enough. You don't have to be strong, Michael said. You just have to survive. One day at a time. 1 hour at a time. One phone call at a time. Starting with this one. For the next 4 hours. As the sun rose over Los Angeles, Michael talked. He told her things he'd never told anyone. About 1993, the allegations that destroyed him, the strip search, police photographing his body, the betrayal by people he'd trusted, the whole world turning against him overnight. The night he decided he couldn't go on. The way his sister Janet had called him at 2 in the morning, not to fix him, just to talk about childhood. About memories before fame, about being human instead of being Michael Jackson. She didn't try to fix me, Michael said. She didn't give me solutions. She didn't tell me to be strong. She just reminded me I was still a person, that underneath all the fame and pressure was still a kid from Gary, Indiana who loved music and dancing. That kid didn't deserve to die just because the world was cruel. And neither do you, Britney. The girl from Kentwood doesn't deserve to die because Hollywood is cruel. I don't know if that girl still exists, Britney said. She does. She's the one who answered the phone. Britney the product, Britney the brand. She wouldn't have answered. But Britney Spears from Kentwood, Louisiana, who sang in church, who loved performing before it became prison, she answered. She's still in there. Michael told her about propofol, the drug he used to sleep because insomnia from stress was killing him. About how dangerous it was. About how he knew it could kill him, but he was so tired. 50 years of being Michael Jackson. 50 years of performing. And sleep was the only escape from the pressure. I'm telling you this, Michael said, not for pity, but so you know that even Michael Jackson, even the king of pop, is struggling too. We're all drowning, Britney. All of us who got famous too young. All of us who had childhood stolen and replaced with stages. We're all drowning, but we don't have to drown alone. Britney told him everything. About Kevin. About the divorce. About the custody battle that was destroying her soul. About seeing Sean and Jaden only a few hours a week now. About supervised visits where social workers watched her interact with her own children and wrote reports judging her parenting. About how everyone said she was unfit because she'd shaved her head and hit a car with an umbrella. About how nobody asked why she did those things. They just filmed her drowning and sold the footage. Here's what we're going to do, Al said as sunrise came through Britney's bedroom window. 6:30 a.m. 4 hours of conversation. Every night. 3 a.m. You call me, or I call you. Doesn't matter who calls first. We talk. About anything. About nothing. About whether we're surviving that day. Whether we ate. Whether we slept. Whether we're thinking about pills. And we do this every single night until you don't need it anymore. Why would you do that for me? Britney asked. You don't even know me. I know you better than you think. And because somebody did it for me. Janet, Bill, Elizabeth Taylor, people who threw me ropes when I was drowning. And because, if we don't save each other, Britney, nobody else will. The world wants us to fail, wants us to be train wrecks, wants us to be headlines. But we can refuse. We can survive. Together. What if I can't? What if I'm too broken? Then you be broken. But you be broken alive. And tomorrow night, 3 a.m., we talk about being broken. And the night after. Until maybe one day, you're a little less broken. Deal? Deal. That morning, February 26, 2007, Britney Spears flushed every pill in her house down the toilet. Watched them swirl. Disappear. She took the suicide note, tore it into pieces, burned the pieces in her kitchen sink, watched the paper curl and blacken. She opened her curtains, let sunlight in, and decided to survive one more day. At 3 a.m. the next night, her phone rang. Michael, like he'd promised. 20 minutes. Britney told him she'd survived the day, hadn't thought about pills, had just existed. Just breathe. Michael told her he was proud. That surviving is harder than anyone thinks. That just existing when the world is crushing you is an act of rebellion. The night after, Britney called him. 15 minutes. She'd seen her boys for 2 hours. Supervised visit. Social worker taking notes. But she'd held them, kissed them, smelled their hair. It had been good. The night after, Michael called. 10 minutes. Just checking in. Just making sure she was still breathing. This became their ritual. 3 a.m. every night. Without fail. 730 consecutive nights. 2 years. Some calls 5 minutes. Just to check in. You okay? Yeah. You? Yeah. See you tomorrow. Some 3 hours. Crying. Breaking. Holding each other up with words and understanding. Some nights Britney cried about custody, about lawyers, about how the court system was destroying her. Some nights Michael cried about his own kids, about paranoia about their safety, about how he couldn't let them have normal childhoods because he was afraid someone would hurt them to get to him. Michael told her about his childhood, about Joe, his father, about beatings with belts, about being called ugly, about perfectionism that became abuse, about how even now, at 48 years old, he still flinched when he made mistakes because he could hear Joe's voice calling him worthless. But Michael was running out of time. The propofol he'd told Britney about was becoming necessary. His doctor, Conrad Murray, giving doses that would kill most people. Michael knew it was dangerous. But he was so tired. 50 years of performing, and his This Is It tour was scheduled for July 2009. 50 concerts in London. The comeback. But the rehearsals were killing him. Every night after rehearsal, propofol to sleep. Every morning, medications to wake up. His body shutting down. June 23, 2009. 3 a.m. Britney called Michael. They talked about her comeback. The circus tour. About custody. About surviving. I'm proud of you, Michael said. Something in his voice sounded like goodbye. But Britney didn't catch it. Same time tomorrow? Always. But always ended the next night. June 24, 2009. 3 a.m. Britney called. Voicemail. That was strange. Michael always answered. Even if only for 30 seconds. He always answered. Because 730 consecutive nights meant something. 3:15. No callback. 3:30. Voicemail again. Now, she was worried. 4 a.m. 5, 6. Michael never answered. June 25th. 1 p.m. Britney's assistant called. Turn on the news. Now. CNN. Breaking news. Michael Jackson rushed to hospital. Cardiac arrest. Not breathing. CPR performed. Then, 2:26 p.m. Michael Jackson pronounced dead. 50 years old. Britney collapsed. Screaming. No, not Michael. Not the person who saved her life. Not her 3 a.m. lifeline. Not the man who talked her down 730 times. Not him. Her phone in her hand. Michael's number on the screen. She called it. Voicemail. Hey, it's Michael. Leave a message. And remember, you're stronger than you know. She called again. Again. 20 times. 50. 100. Just to hear his voice. Just to pretend he was still there. That tomorrow at 3 a.m. he'd call back. The funeral was July 7th. Britney wanted to go. Wanted to speak. Wanted to tell the world Michael had saved her. But her team said no, too much press. You're finally getting your career back. Keep it private. So Britney stayed home, watched on TV, cried alone. And that night, 3 a.m., her phone didn't ring. For the first time in 730 nights. Silence. She called his number anyway. Voicemail. I miss you. Thank you for saving me. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I promise I'll keep surviving. For you. Michael's phone. Still active. Britney called every night for 3 years. 3 a.m. every night. Left messages. Talked to voicemail like he was still there. 731 messages. 800. 1,000. 1,500. Just talking to a dead man. Because she didn't know how else to grieve. Because their ritual had kept her alive. And she couldn't break it, even though he was gone. 2011. Michael's estate found his phone. Found all Britney's messages. 1,700 of them. Wanted to release them. Proof of kindness. But Britney said no, private, sacred, between them. But she released one. The first, February 26, 2007, Britney's voice, shaking. I don't know why you called. I don't know how you knew. But thank you. Thank you for not letting me go. Michael's response, gentle. You don't have to try, Britney. Just survive. One day at a time. Tomorrow, 3 a.m. I'll call. And the night after. For as long as you need me. I promise. He kept that promise for 730 nights. Until his heart stopped. But Britney kept hers too. 2008. Conservatorship. Her father took legal control. Her money, her body, her choices. 13 years as a legal prisoner. Without Michael's calls, no lifeline. Just performing while controlled. But she survived. One day at a time, like Michael taught her. 2021. After 13 years, Britney freed. Finally free. First thing she did, visited Michael's grave. Forest Lawn Cemetery. July 2nd, 2021. White roses. 2 hours beside his headstone. Talking. I made it, she told him. I survived. 13 years in a cage. But I made it. I'm free. I wish you'd survive too. I wish I could call you at 3 a.m. to tell you, she cried. For Michael, for herself, for what they'd lost. Thank you for answering. Thank you for 730 nights. Thank you for teaching me surviving is enough. I'm still here. Because of you. 2022. Britney's first interview after freedom. What kept you going those 13 years? A promise to someone who saved my life. Michael Jackson. He called me February 2007 when I was about to kill myself. Pills in hand. Suicide note written. He called at 3 a.m. for 2 years. Every night. 730 consecutive nights. We talked. He kept me alive. When he died 2009, I kept surviving because he'd taught me how. Because I'd promised him. Promises matter. Especially when the person you promised is gone. The world learned that night. Michael Jackson had saved Britney Spears. 733 a.m. calls kept her breathing. The man they called weird had been an angel. Today, Britney is 41. Free. Alive. Her alarm goes off every night at 3 a.m. Not to call anyone. Michael's number doesn't work, but the alarm goes off. And she sits in the dark. 1 minute. Remembers. Thanks him. Still here. Still surviving. Then she sleeps. Because she survived another day. And surviving is enough. One day at a time. 1 3 a.m. call at a time. Even when the calls can't happen. Even when the voice is gone. Even when all you have is memory. Well, Jackson died June 25th, 2009. 50 years old. Cardiac arrest. Propofol overdose. But 730 phone calls saved a life. One broken person saving another. 3 a.m. conversations that kept Britney alive long enough to be free. If you're fighting tonight, remember Britney's story. Asking for help isn't weakness. One phone call can save a life. And if someone calls you at 3 a.m., answer. Because showing up matters. Michael's greatest performance nobody saw. 3 in the morning, on the phone, talking someone out of giving up. 730 times. Britney Spears is alive because Michael Jackson answered his phone. Always.